Again, sir.
This comment. Good evening, Dhaneshwar. Please take seat and be comfortable. So you come from Ramanathapuram.
Yes, sir.
So is it an old district or recently carved out district?
It's an old district, sir.
Old district.
Yes, sir.
So what's so special about the district?
Sir, Ramanathapuram is spiritually, culturally, and ecologically a significant district. It has the famous Ramanatha Swami temple, which is a Jyotirlinga and a Chardham site. And ecologically, it has a Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve, the only marine biosphere reserve in India. And it is also has the Pamban Bridge, the famous Pamban Bridge that connects the mainland to Rameshwaram. And international relations, it plays a significant role when it comes to India-Sri Lanka diplomacy. The recent Kachatiu issues are happening around Ramanathapuram district. So it is a very vital town in Tamil Nadu. Sir.
So Abdul Kalam Azad was also born in your district. Okay. So like so since he's from your district, so I mean how does he impress you?
Sir, Dr. Abdul Kalam inspired me through his simplicity, sir. He is known for his simplicity, his inspiration to youth, and to the ground personality. Even though he achieved a lot, he is the missile man of our nation. He introduced, he gave us nuclear security. He became the people's president, but still he always rooted himself in ground, and he always tries to inspire students around India. So it is this qualities that inspired me from Dr. Abdul Kalam, sir.
Have you visited the museum? This museum?
Yes, sir. It is his memorial is in Ramanathapuram.
Memory. Good. Okay. So Tamil Nadu, as a state, has done quite well as compared to other states, both on social indicators and economic indicators. So what kind of a policies are being followed by the government that which has led to this kind of a performance by the state?
Sir, Tamil Nadu have pro-industrial policies and have expanded their economy in 1970s itself, and they are following a diversification policy where they are focusing on agriculture and they are also focusing on industrial development. For example, in 1970, Tamil Nadu established SIPCO for small industries development, which led to rapid industrialization and creation of lot of cities around Tamil Nadu. And in 1990s, Tamil Nadu started establishing special economic zones. In fact, as of now, Tamil Nadu have 55 special economic zones, which provide easy plug and play infrastructure to all the investors. Because of this pro-industrial policy, there is rapid economic development on one side. On the other side, Tamil Nadu government implemented pro-poor policies like midday meal scheme, noon meal scheme, which improved the nutritional attributes of the children, so that the MMR, IMR indicators have been also improved, sir. So this kind of approach helped to better development, sir.
So Tamil Nadu is also focusing on renewable energy also.
Yes, sir.
So what kind of a potential it has in the renewable energy?
Sir, Tamil Nadu is blessed with vast coastline. So because of this, Tamil Nadu have lot of wind farms along the coastline, and they are also planning for offshore wind farms as of now. And Tamil Nadu also have implemented a lot of solar power plants, and biothermal energy is one another area which Tamil Nadu is focusing as of now, sir.
Good. So, but tell me, like you're a engineering student also. Uh, so while we are focusing on the renewable energy, there are certain issues which we are apprehending with regard to grid. So, any idea what kind of issues are there? I'm being specific with regard to the grid. Tell me.
So when it comes to renewable energy, the grid connectivity plays a major role, because we need to supply our electricity from the production to the distribution side. So I believe there might be cyber security issues when it comes to grid connectivity, and also lot of our renewable energy has import dependence on China. Most of our solar panels, solar cells are imported from China. So this type of dependence create a strategic vulnerability on our renewable energy sector, sir.
So, something to do with intermittent and variable nature of the renewable energy has something that to do with the grid stability.
Sorry, sir, I am not able to answer.
So you are into like B Tech and like information security, soft computing, data analytics, right? So, tell me on particularly there's a lot of focus on global capability centers. A lot of global capability centers are coming in India. Have you heard about that term GCC?
No, sir, I haven't.
Okay. About data centers.
Yes, sir, I have heard.
So, what are the issues with the data centers?
Sir, when it comes to data centers, it is a extremely energy intensive process where we have to allocate land and we have to have cooling facilities. So, it creates a lot of energy intensive resources that needs to be spent on data centers. That is one issue. The second thing is most of foreign multinational companies do not want to establish data centers in India because it costs them a lot, but our local data localization norms have been violated by MNCs because they do not want data centers in India. So, these are the two major issues I believe in data center issues.
Okay. So recently, two like mega corporations, they have announced establishment of data centers in India. Okay, do you know which state the announcement has been made?
Sir, I believe it is in Hyderabad.
It is in you're closer, but it is in Vizag, Visakhapatnam. Okay. Uh, so tell me, what was the name of the operation that was carried out by USA in Venezuela?
Operation Absolute Results, sir.
Okay. So what was the official reason initially given for capture of their president?
Sir, the official reason is narco terrorism that have been inflicted on Mr. Maduro by US administration, sir.
So, and what could be other reasons why they are interested in uh, Venezuela?
Sir, I believe there are two other reasons for US capture of Mr. Maduro. The first reason is of course the oil, the gold which they are searching for. US economy relies on petrodollar and they want to extract the Venezuelan oil which has the world's largest oil reserves. So, they before 1976 US companies actually handled those oils and now they want those companies oil reserves back so that their petrodollar based economy could survive for a lot of period. The second reason is Venezuela and countries like Cuba have been violating the Monroe Doctrine of USA where they are having strategic cooperation with adversaries of USA like China, Russia in Western Hemisphere. So, I believe it is fundamentally a signal, sir, a signal to all Latin American countries that if you violate Monroe Doctrine, this is what going to happen to your country too. So, I believe these are the two major reasons.
So, what do you understand by Monroe Doctrine?
Sir, Monroe Doctrine is a doctrine declared during the 19th century by President of USA, Mr. Monroe. He said that European powers, European colonial powers like Spain, France should not interfere in Western Hemisphere and it is only under the sphere of influence of United States of America. So, Western Hemisphere is considered as a US backyard rather than other countries, sir.
So, USA has recently, withdrawn. Earlier, also, they withdrew from this, I mean, on renewable energy and climate change convention, and now they have announced that they'll be withdrawing from 66 I mean international organization. So do you think has it affected India also in some way? There's a one organization which was started by India, which is that.
International Solar Alliance, which was started in 2015 by India and France during the Paris summit. US also withdraw from it, sir. In my opinion, it affects India in a sense, even though there is no direct effect on India. Indirectly, the withdrawal of USA from international organizations create a huge political vacuum in multilateral diplomacy. And usually, when such vacuums are occupied by countries like China, becomes because of their economic and diplomatic clout. So, in my opinion, this kind of unilateral withdrawal by USA indirectly affects India by promoting Chinese supremacy or hegemony in international organizations.
So last question, have you heard about Panchamrit?
Yes, sir.
So tell me two or three of what are our international commitments under Panchamrit.
Sir, our nation wants to achieve net zero by 2070. That is our one Panchamrit. Then we have to achieve 50% of our total electricity capacity from non-fossil fuel based renewable energy. Then we have to produce 500 gigawatt of the electricity from renewable sources. Then we have to reduce emission intensity by 45 percentage of GDP comparing to 2005 levels.
So little factually, you are mixing with the non-fossil fuel capacity and generation, but okay.
Fine,
Good.
sir.
I will
I'm
let
sorry,
you
sir.
know later on, please.
Okay, you hail from Mandapam.
Yes, sir.
Mandapam has a Coast Guard station.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pamban Bridge, what is significant about Pamban Bridge?
Sir, Pamban Bridge was
Original one and the new one. What is the difference?
sir, the original one is a colonial architecture which was fundamentally carried out to link for economic purposes. The current Pamban Bridge is recently inaugurated, is more of an infrastructure and a developmental one, where there was a vertical lift for the first time in India, a vertical lift bridge. So it signifies how colonial architecture have been transformed into one for development and spiritual connections.
So in the Q1, there is a vertical lift. Yes, sir. What was it in the Colonial Bridge?
In colonial, I believe it is one side will be lifting and there will be for passage of ships.
To open out. Okay. So it used to connect the Rameshwaram. Which was the last station on that line earlier?
Sorry, sir, I couldn't recollect.
Have you heard of Dhanushkoti?
Yes, sir.
What happened in Dhanushkoti in 60s?
Sir, there was a cyclone in Ramanathapuram. The Dhaneshwar was completely destroyed, and as of now, it is called as ghost town. But still, there are settlements in Dhaneshwar as of now, sir, and a lot of tourism potential is also there, sir.
In 60s, you heard of a tsunami which actually took away entire train from the station.
Entire train, sir. Sorry, sir. That is a new.
And that is what happened in from Dhanushkoti to Talai Mannar, there used to be a train service which used to actually take the Indian train system used to continue into Sri Lanka and used to go beyond. Okay, till 60s. Okay. In 64, I think, the train was at Dhaneshkoti station when a tsunami hit and the entire train was washed off. Okay. That's how it was.
Okay.
Okay. So, you are interested in chess.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There was a time in 60s when international chess champions were all from Soviet Union. You know that?
Yes, sir.
So who was the first non-Soviet person who defeated the Soviet champion in early 1970?
Yes,
What was his name?
sir, it was Grandmaster Bobby Fischer from United States of America. He was the first person to defeat Boris Spassky and challenged the might of Soviets in chess area, sir.
Do you have any idea where was this chess championship held? Boris Fischer versus Bob Fischer versus Boris Spassky.
It's in Soviet, sir, but I am not aware of the exact location, sir.
It wouldn't be in Soviet because they won't travel and they would also not travel. It was in Reykjavik, the capital of Iceland. Okay. You also enjoy tracking Indian foreign policy developments. So how do you find India's foreign policy in last 2 years?
Sir, India's foreign policy have been transforming from like non-alignment to, as of now, we are following multi-alignment, issue-based alignment in recent times, and we are also become more assertive in our diplomacy, sir. From strategic restraint in our foreign policy, now we are having offensive defense in like Operation Sindhu against cross-border terrorism. So I am seeing a lot of potential, and we are also want to become a leader of Global South, and we are promoting the voice of Global South in international arena, sir.
Use terminology strategic restraint, offensive defense.
Yes, sir.
Please explain both.
Sir, strategic restraint is a defensive approach where we are not involving or we are not equipping aggressiveness in our foreign policy, sir. On the contrary, offensive defense is preemptively attacking the adversary. For example, in Operation Sindhu, we have attacked the terror camps in Pakistan, which is a preemptive attack, so that the adversaries knew that India will not be silent in case of any terror attacks in future.
So was it a reaction or a preemption? It was after Pahalgam. So it was a reaction. Or was it a preemption that we were expecting an attack from there and we attacked them?
Sir, I believe it is in a sense both, sir. It is to provide justice to the victims of Pahalgam on the one hand, and it also signals in case of future attacks of terror, we will be considering it as an act of war. So, I think it is a mix of both, sir.
So you mean to say Indian foreign policy has been a resounding success in last 2 years?
Sir, I believe there are a lot of success stories in Indian foreign policy. At the same time, there are challenges too, sir. For example, in our own neighborhood, which is witnessing a lot of political instabilities, and I believe India as a strong nation should have done a better job in stabilizing the India's neighborhoods. So there are success stories a lot, but at the same time there are challenges too, sir.
So what happened in India's neighborhood? What are the challenges which are there?
Sir, the major challenge in my opinion is China's rapid inroads in India's neighborhood. China has been actively involving in aggressions all over India's border, in salami slicing in India's northeast and string of pearls in India's maritime border. This is the first challenge. And also our neighbors are, yes sir.
You used again two terms. What is salami slicing?
Sir, salami slicing is a gradual aggression. Instead of declaring a whole scale war on a nation, salami slicing is a tactics to gradually occupy territory step by step. So, over time you will get a lot of territories from.
So China has occupied a lot of territory, you mean to say?
Sir, China have been actively constructing border villages all along the.
Are they constructing border villages in territory that you occupy or they occupy?
In our territory, along the border areas, I believe China is constructing the villages.
In our territory. Why are we allowing that?
I believe it is China's claim, but I am not sure of the exact position now, sir.
Don't use the terminology if you don't know what it is.
Sure.
What is string of pearls?
So, string of pearls is construction of naval bases around India's maritime border. For example, the Gwadar port of Pakistan, in Bangladesh, the Chittagong port, and even in Sri Lanka, China has the lease of Hambantota port. So, it is strategic encircling of India to minimize the influence of India in Indian Ocean, sir.
What is Chittagong port and what is China's role in Chittagong port?
I am sorry, sir. I am not aware of the exact role of China, sir.
Is Hambantota a naval base or a commercial port?
Hambantota is not a naval base, sir, but China took a lease for Hambantota port, and
Why?
sir, I believe those type of leasing could be used as a dual use port in future, sir. China could use it as a.
Who built Hambantota port?
Sorry, sir, I couldn't recollect, sir.
It was built by Chinese. And they have taken loan which they couldn't pay. So they have taken operations of that. Gwadar also China claims that it is a commercial thing as of now. Though of course it can all be used. You are also NCC naval wing.
Yes, sir.
No, before that, just sorry, Ramanathapuram means Sri Lanka. You remember Sri Lanka, what happened?
Yes.
So what happened in Sri Lanka in recent times?
Sir, Sri Lanka as of now is witnessing a rapid economic crisis, and recently they have also hit by cyclone Didwa, and India is following humanitarian diplomacy in Sri Lanka by providing economic packages. Like recently our external ministers, Mr. Jaishankar provided $4 billion economic package to Sri Lanka. So we are building better ties, sir.
What was the ethnic crisis in Sri Lanka which happened in 80s? What was the genesis of that?
Sir, after independence, there was a struggle between the two major ethnic groups of Sri Lanka. One is the Sinhalese, the other is Tamils. Now, Tamils who were displaced by British from Tamil Nadu to Sri Lanka as indentured laborers have been fighting for the rights of Tamil. At the same time, the Sinhalese people wants to establish Sinhalese as the only official language of Sri Lanka. So, this language war and minority ethnic issues have spiraled into a civil war and have been destroying Sri Lanka for 40 years. Only in 2009 the war has ended, and still the repatriation issues of Tamil people have been going on, sir.
You mean to say the Tamils from Jaffna and all these areas they were indentured labor who had gone from India?
Sorry, sir, I have made a mistake. Not all the Tamils are indentured laborers. Some of them were settled in Sri Lanka long back. Few of the Tamils were brought by British to work in tea plantations in Sri Lanka, sir.
Where are tea plantations in Sri Lanka?
In the north and northeastern part, sir.
Are you sure?
I am not sure, sir. I am taking a guess.
North and eastern part are the Tamils who were brought there centuries ago. They are called Sri Lankan Tamils. The indentured labor was taken to the central part of Sri Lanka. They were earlier called Indian Tamils. Now they are called plantation Tamils. Okay. The ethnic conflict was led by Sri Lankan Tamils. Indentured Tamils were not involved. Indentured laborers Tamils came to India because of a pact between Prime Ministers of India and Sri Lanka called Shastri Sirima Pact. Have you heard of it? Yes. What did it do?
I am not aware of the details, sir. I have heard about it.
Okay, you are an NCC naval wing. Yes, sir. You've gone B certificate, C certificate, so you should be obviously thorough as far as this is concerned. Yes. Which are the aircraft carriers which Indian Navy has?
Sir, as of now, we are having INS Vikrant, which is an indigenously built aircraft carrier. We are also had INS Vikramaditya, which is built using Soviet help, sir.
Head or hair?
We are having it, sir.
Okay. Which are the aircraft that these carriers fly?
I believe Sukhoi, Tejas.
Dhaneshwar.
Yes, sir.
You were part of this campaign, which is named Adopt a Slum.
Yes, sir.
What was it all about?
Sir, in our university, we have Leo Club, and using we are the Leo Club. In every year, we will adopt a slum, and we will provide socio-economic activities in the slum, like free tuition centers. Providing since we are engineering background, we will provide digital services to the people and train them in digital connectivity areas. Sir. So this is what it is all about.
Why do slums emerge? What is the core reason behind it?
Sir, in my opinion, fundamentally, slum is emergence of slum is because of increasing distress migration from India's rural part and the poor governance of urban area, which fail to provide affordable housing to the people who are living in slums. Sir. So they are forced to live in those informal settlements. Sir.
That means emergence of slum around the city is not a good thing, right?
Yes, sir. Because slums are usually characterized by very low infrastructure, and especially during disasters like flood, they are the worst affected. So I believe they deserve to live in dignified dignified housing, sir.
Okay, great. You're from Tamil Nadu,
Yes,
and we are witnessing in the past 2-3 years that a lot of federal challenges are emerging, right? Especially between the Tamil Nadu government and the union government.
Yes,
Do you see these challenges, federal challenges or political challenges?
Sir, I believe the challenges between Tamil Nadu government and union government is both federal and political. For example, certain issues like the three language policy are unfortunately politicized by the parties of Tamil Nadu for no reason. At the same time, there are genuine concerns when in areas of delimitation. So there are some federal issues for state autonomy. At the same time, some areas are unfortunately politicized, sir.
Okay. Out of these federal challenges, one challenge which was very much in news, that was related to the governors
yes,
and their power to give assent to the bills.
okay.
Recently, there was a presidential reference which was made. Which article is used for presidential reference?
Article 143. Sir.
143. And the Supreme Court has given its verdict on that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What has been the concluding remark of the Supreme Court on this?
Sir, the Honorable Supreme Court have reversed some of the decisions it has given in the state of governor versus governor of Tamil Nadu judgment. It said that governor should have discretion and we cannot impose a blanket timeline like 3 months or 6 months for governance, as it fundamentally violates the separation of powers, which is the core of our constitution. And at the same time, the Supreme Court also said that governor should not unfettered delay of state bills as it violates the electoral mandate of the state government. So I believe Supreme Court of India strike a balance where governors should use their discretion in a responsible manner. Sir.
Okay, so what if governor is again sitting on the bill?
Yes.
Then in that case, what will happen? Will Supreme Court intervene?
Sir, I think it depends on the reason. If the reason for delay is valid, like if in case of any sensitive issues like cost census or something like that, I believe the delay is valid because governor should have ample time to weigh the pros and cons of the state bills. At the same time, if the delay is because of political reasons, I believe that should not be happen. In that case, Supreme Court should intervene. Sir.
Wouldn't. There's another federal challenge that we have seen for past many years, or rather decade, that is with respect to sharing of water between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, the Cauvery water dispute. Uh, it is such a paradox that although Constitution dedicates one article for interstate water disputes, okay, which article is that?
Sorry, sir, I couldn't take.
Article 262. And there's a law also, Interstate Water Dispute Act. Yet this problem we have not been able to solve, isn't it? I think it was reported to the Union government back then in 1970 itself, and yet we have not been able to find a satisfactory solution. What are the reasons? What are the structural reasons that this problem still persists?
So the major reason is intense politicization of the issue by both political parties of both states. Instead of dealing it as a water stress, it is dealing it as a Tamil versus Kannada issue. So because of this politicization of the issue, we haven't able to had an approach, a solution for this issue. At the same time, the water management practices in both states is in subpar levels. For example, in Tamil Nadu, in spite of having issue, we are continuing to grow water intensive crops like rice. We could have shifted to drought tolerant crops. At the same time, in Karnataka, we are not managing the river water ecosystems, and lakes in Karnataka have been extremely polluted. For example, the famous Bellandur lake in Bengaluru have been extremely polluted. So because of these poor water management practices in both states, there is a increasing need for Cauvery water. So we are not able to solve these disputes. So yes, sir.
Okay. But there's another problem, that Article 262 that I mentioned. It says that if Parliament wants, it can get a law, and through that law, this particular problem can be brought out of the jurisdiction of any court. Yet Supreme Court has been intervening on this. How Supreme Court fights its way?
Sir, by using Article 142 to provide complete justice to any issue, Supreme Court could intervene, and the states governments also using increasing litigations instead of going through proper channels. So this kind of litigatory mechanism ensures that the Supreme Court is involving in Cauvery issues.
Through Article 136 also, that is specially petition. Okay. When I look at the politics in Tamil Nadu, okay, I find that first of all, regional parties are dominating. National parties like Congress and BJP, they are not that strong. And the second thing that I see is that identity issues, particularly with respect to religion, is not as strong as it is in North. What are the reasons for this?
Sir, historically, Tamil Nadu has a Dravidian movement in 1950s, where the regional parties completely dominated the Dravidian movement, and also a lot of famous cinema actors have joined the Dravidian movement. So because of this, the regional parties gain a lot of popularity among the masses. At the same time, the national parties, instead of having an autonomous mobilization of masses, they always started coalition with the regional parties. Because of this, there is no unique cadre or unique voter base for the national party, sir. Even in the latest election, the BJP has coalition with ADMK and Congress has coalition with DMK. So national parties has always been in coalition with the regional parties in Tamil Nadu. Because of this, they don't have any unique voter base. That is the one reason I could find. Sir, could you repeat your second part of the?
Second was identity question. That is really why religion is not as strong as an identity in the metrics of Tamil Nadu politics.
Sir, I believe the major drive for Tamil Nadu vote base is cost. So because of cost occupying a huge chunk of Tamil Nadu voter politics, religion has very less role to play. Also, the population of minorities in Tamil Nadu is extremely low. So religious cause, I believe, won't have a huge currency in Tamil Nadu politics. So cost forms the base of Tamil Nadu voter politics.
Okay. We have also seen that many of the cinema actors, they come into Tamil Nadu politics, and they have been successful also. Do you see this approach of Tamil Nadu voters as a rational approach, that they are supporting cinema actors and they believe that these people, they can do good for the state? Do you think that is a rational approach?
Sir, I don't think it is a rational approach, because most of the votes that were given to the cinema actors who are in politics are based on the fan club culture in Tamil Nadu. It is not based on weighing the pros and cons of the actual politician. So, I don't think it is a rational approach. Voting should be based on a person's integrity, a person's policies, but unfortunately, the cine actors voter base are choosing them mostly based on their fan club and the popularity, sir. So, I don't think it is a rational approach, sir.
Okay, thank you.